guys, it's Meg up here, and welcome to another Inktober video. You may remember in 2016 when I did this day 5 Inktober drawing, and then when I did it again in 2018, I figured we would do it again this year using my current sketchbook for where I'm doing all of my Inktober. This is my current sketchbook where I've been doing all of my drawings since August 21st. It is a Letterman sketchbook. It was a hefty price for this bad boy, so I'm taking all of my time. And then we have all of my Inktober so far to the day the 18th. I already have the drawing sketched out. I'm gonna go over it with ink, and then I'm gonna use my handy dandy brand new brush pen that I had to buy as an emergency. Obviously, to start off the drawing, I have to put all of my inks and get them ready in my dish. I'm gonna start with the lights first, just because you have to do multiple layers. Pour some into the containers. Okay, so I want this to be the lightest. I'm gonna pour a lot of water. Get out my brushes and I'll mix these bad boys together. I'm gonna start off by using the lighter color and doing his face, or Optimus's face. I don't want it to be too dark. And the reason I'm not inking this first with my brush pen is because the brush pen that I'd been using up to day 14 of Inktober, it was water-based, and I could draw with the ink first and then go over with this ink wash and it would not bleed. However, my new brush pen that I had to buy and I used for day 15, you can see that it bled. It said it was water-based and it was not. So I was very upset because I spent a good amount of money on that brush pen and my local art store was out of brush pens when I needed them. So I had to order this one off of Amazon, and I'm not very happy with the way it looks. But you know what? There's nothing I can really do about it at this point because I've already used it. I'm not going to return it. But I'm not very happy that it doesn't work very well. So now I have to ink everything like this with the ink washes first and then do the brush pen. But as an artist, you got to pick and choose your battles. And so I'm just gonna have to just do all of the India ink washing first, which makes it hard to erase the pencil lines because then all the pencil lines underneath the ink you can't erase and you still see them, which sucks, but you know what, you can only do so much. But this is the first year of Halloween where I have no classes because I'm not in college anymore. Not because I graduated, but because I kind of took the semester off / I really don't want to go back to school at the moment. So I have free time this Halloween, but I'm not really gonna dress up. I wanted to, but then I was like, well, I'm not really going to be going anywhere, so why dress up? I'm using my smaller brush for this because I kind of want to do multiple colors at once, which is probably not the best idea to do, so I'm trying to use the smaller brush so that way I can get more details in and have less bleeding, even though I should wait for the ink to dry. I'm not. It's probably not a good idea. Then again, when have I ever listened to the rules? Not very often. That's for sure. I know a lot of people are probably going to go as Tony Stark this year, which, hey, more power to ya. One of the reasons why I probably want to hand out candy this year is to see if anyone's going to be Tony Stark or a female Iron Man, whatever you want. But I am excited to have this year for Halloween. I don't think we really have any trick-or-treaters at our house, so I think this year we bought a bunch of candy, and I think we're just going to eat it ourselves, which is probably not the healthy option. But then again, when has Halloween ever really been super healthy? Never. Unless you're that house in our neighborhood that's given out carrots one year, which I was like, really? It's Halloween. Can't you just not be that person? Some people might want it, but majority of kids, it's free candy, so just give them candy. So those are the lightest colors in the drawing, so I think I'm gonna let this dry and then I will come back to it. Alright, so I think most of this is dry. We can work on his cape, his very beautiful vampire cape. It's not as dark as I want it to be. Prefer to not add too many layers. Oh, that's perfect. And now I feel like we're gonna need more water. I just hope this isn't dry. I just feel like it's gonna dry black in one section and the rest it's not. Try to not have it streak, but it is ink. It's like watercolor. It has a mind of its own. I want the cape to be the darkest and everything else, all the lighter grays, medium tone grays, to blend in together. Because I want the cape to really be the standout factor. I don't know why, but that's when I think of a vampire. I think of the blood and the teeth and the cape really stand out. The rest of the character kind of just falls flat. I'm gonna move my palette so that way I don't mess it up. And I am gonna add blood to this, and by blood I mean red paint. Alright, so my phone wasn't recording when I did another layer on his cape, which really sucks. So I'm gonna do some blood on his hand, on his fangs, and then I'm gonna do a splatter. We're just gonna take a little bit of the red. So I may just start taking from here and adding it in here, because I don't want it to be too saturated. I want to desaturate it a little bit. It's a little too bright on his thumb, but you know what? We'll just roll with what we have somehow. And then go over with more red, depending on where I want more blood. It's a lot of blood on his hand, but you know what? You're a vampire. You bleed, you drink a lot. I think I'll flick it a little bit just to add that stain. That works. I like that technique. Just gonna do a little bit on his fangs, not a whole lot. And then I'm gonna do a little dab. I'm gonna use a little bit of water so that I can water this down so it's not like extreme. Looks like it's kind of smeared a little bit on his face. I'll do a little bit on the other side too to give it that effect, like he drained someone. I like that. It's a lot more gory than I intended for this to be, but I like it.